they probably can prove the RICO, but I don't think they can prove that Durk had anything to do with a murder for hire. Like, you can say, okay, Durk owns OTF. OTF name keep being brought up when it comes to murder for hire. Look, bro, it's a lot of key players and it's a lot of guys in OTF. You dig? YouTube, Mob, West, poppin', man. Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to another video. I go by Dunn. If you new, go ahead and do me the biggest solid, man. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. After you subscribe, make sure you ring that bell. After you ring that bell, make sure you hit all so you don't miss a banger. Now, Mob, we back with some crazy content, man. We back on Smirky, yo. Back on Durky, yo. Now, word on the YouTube street, right, that Smirk went to court yesterday, or the day before yesterday, and the feds, they basically threatened him with another murder for hire.
Lil Durk, born Devontae Durk Banks, was charged last month with funding a cross-country murder-for-hire plan to exact revenge for the 2020 killing of fellow Chicago rapper King Von in Atlanta. The newly unsealed filing in U.S. District Court in Chicago alleges Banks was behind the January 27, 2022 killing of Stephon Mack, 24, who was shot to death shortly after he exited the Youth Peace Center of Roseland on West 111th Street.
That's crazy. This man was at a youth center, bro. He came out of the youth center and lost his whole life, bro. Man, them niggas in Iraq ain't got no heart, for real, for real.
At the time of his death, according to the FBI, Mack was the leader of the Smashville faction of the Gangster Disciples. Banks' brother, Dante Banks, was shot to death outside a nightclub in South Suburban Harvey in 2021. According to the warrant application, another Gangster Disciples faction with ties to Smashville carried out the murder. Lil Durk was and still is offering money for people to kill those responsible for his brother's murder, and more specifically, offering to pay money for any gangster disciple that is killed, a federal agent wrote.
Smirk like, hey, man. Nigga killed my brother. Nigga killed Von. Nigga owe me money, B. I'm finna be on some whole murder shit out here, B. Any nigga owe me money, B. Any nigga look at me wrong, B. That type of time Smirk was on, bro. Smirk was not playing with him, bro. They say Smirk was like, hey, man, hey, Smirk didn't just put money on one person's head. Smirk said, man, I got money on the whole nation. Except for my dad and my cousins and my uncle. Everybody else, they get it.
In April 2023, Banks has not been charged in the Chicago investigation, which law enforcement...
But what's the problem then? If he ain't being charged, so basically, the feds, they just threatened her. So they don't want no trial, bro. Because y'all do know the feds, they got like a 85%. I'm looking for the top of this water. Man, where that? There we go. Y'all know like the feds got like an 85% conviction rate, right? But a lot of that come from people taking pleas because people be scared to crank that jury up. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking they just trying to scare Durk. That's what I'm thinking. Because they ain't even charging with the whole murder in Iraq of killing the GD.
Sources told the Tribune is still open and active. Earlier this year, federal prosecutors in Chicago charged two men, Anthony Montgomery Wilson and Preston Powell, with conspiracy to commit murder for hire in Mack's killing. Banks, though, is not charged in Mack's death. Federal prosecutors in Los Angeles are expected to point to the shooting as reason to keep Banks in police custody before trial.
Oh.
In probing Mack's death, federal investigators analyzed jail phone calls, social media postings, firearms purchases, as well as lyrics from Lil Durk's song, Aha, released about a month after the shooting. The warrant application goes on to say Montgomery Wilson and Powell may have exchanged text messages concerning payment for Mack's murder. Montgomery Wilson was arrested on an unrelated charge a few weeks after Mack's death. A detective with the New Lenox Police Department then applied for and was granted a warrant to search the contents of his cell phone. Investigators then discovered a two-person text message conversation that mentioned OTF, the rap consortium founded by Lil Durk that prosecutors have linked to the alleged murder-for-hire plot in Los Angeles. On February 10, 2022, one of the people in the text conversation asked, "What's up with Off?" To which the other person responded, "Nothing."
What's up with all? See, this what happened when y'all get the automated folk to do your stuff for you. I believe the automated thing meant that the person said, "What's up with OTF?" And the person on the other end said nothing.
8 days later, in the same conversation, another text message read, "Did Durk gave, sick, you that money." In a statement last week, Banks' attorneys blasted the prosecution's focus on Lil Durk's music and noted his years-long...
See, I don't think they can get Durk for that, because nobody is basically saying they unalived anybody for Durk. Durk could have just been helping old boy out. Old boy probably needed some money. Durk knew him. He knew Durk, and he probably like, "Hey dog, did Durk send you that money to send me?" I don't think that's no solid evidence that Durk hired somebody to murder anybody. You feel me?
...to philanthropy in Chicago. When you see an artist's rap lyrics quoted as evidence against them, it is a glaring indication that there is no real evidence against that person, Banks' attorneys said in a statement to the Tribune. The real truth is that Durk Banks is a Grammy Award-winning artist, a dedicated father, and a loving husband, Banks' attorneys added. Mr. Banks has been intensely committed to giving back to the Chicago community he loves through his Neighborhood Heroes Foundation.
I ain't gonna cap, man. Me personally, bro, I don't think they got nothing on Durk as far as like the murder for hire. Now, they may try to hit Durk with a RICO. I don't know. They probably can prove the RICO, but I don't think they can prove that Durk had anything to do with a murder for hire. Like, you could say, okay, Durk owns OTF. OTF name keep being brought up when it comes to murder for hire. Look, bro, it's a lot of key players and it's a lot of guys in OTF. You dig what I'm saying? Like, the only way they gonna get smirked, bro, somebody gonna have to rat. And even the rat gonna have to be a justifiable rat. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it can't be Trenches News. Or it can't be FBI butter. It gotta be somebody, you know what I mean, that the jury is gonna look at like, okay, they had nothing to gain from telling on Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man, so, honestly, I think this is a way for the feds to try to scare Durk to cop a plea. They don't want to crank up the jury. They don't want to waste no money. And me personally, I think Durk was getting niggas knocked off. I just believe that. I believe everything Durk said in his music, bro. Like, even after D-Thing died, bro. Y'all remember Durk did the whole record with Lil Zay Summer, bro, and Durk said this.
The night my brother died, if you was there, just know you died too. Asked the ops from over west, next day they ass was down too.
Yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? So he kind of admitted to what he did. I ain't trying to be police or nothing like that. I'm gonna let them do their job. But I also don't believe that they can use lyrics unless it's like without a shadow of a doubt. Like if he said, "I killed whatever the dude name" in his song, then maybe they can use that. But they can't basically use lyric because the world look at lyrics like art. You feel me? Even though we all know, come on, man. Smirk said, "Don't get fined by that tree." The next week, the next day, not the next week. We got get back for that. The next day they was dying too. You know what I'm saying? You get killed for pumping gas. Like Smirk talked about real life situations in his music, and that's why on my last reaction about Durk, I was like, I think Durk put way too much into his music, way too much of his real life. You feel me? But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section down below, man. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, make sure you ring that bell. After you ring that bell, make sure you hit all so you don't miss a banger. 4,100 by the day. 5K we on the way. Road to 10K to 100K plat. We all by the top of the year. And y'all make sure y'all tapping in on all my YouTube channels across the platform, man. I got a vlogging channel with my lady. My lady got her own channel. And I got a second reaction channel, King Done Reacts too. So y'all tap in over there. Like I said, man, free OTF, free Smirk, man. Because I feel like when you dib and dabbing in the streets, then we shouldn't waste taxpayers' money to try to find street justice. Throw his ass out there and let the streets handle it. That's just how I feel. But we're gonna rock out with y'all, man. We're gonna see y'all on the next one, man. Let's get it.